Everyone's been worried for the last couple years and the high interest rates, thinking, don't buy real estate, it's a bad time. And yet the prices keep on climbing, and like, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a crash? Well, you might be waiting for a crash that's not gonna come for like a decade. And in today's video, I'm gonna share with you 4 reasons why now is the best time to buy real estate and why you're not gonna see a crash tomorrow, next year, or even 5 years from now. If we go back to the pandemic and then we look at what happened to the real estate market, and then we saw prices shoot through the roof. We literally saw the median just under $300,000 that year climb to over $400,000. So it was such a crazy time then, but the truth is we haven't caught up on the millions of missing homes that we have out there. And on top of that, the last few years have been challenging for people. We've definitely had a lot more inflation, bread, gas, everything just costs a lot more, and we're financially adjusting to it, but the reality is people have less disposable cash right now, and as a result, people are kind of pinching their pennies and they're like, whoa, if we wanted to buy real estate, we can't. Those rates have to come down so that we can save hundreds of dollars off of our mortgage and then be able to actually afford it. Well, if you have been waiting, the wait is over. And right now, every indication shows that each of those will include a rate drop of 25 to 50 basis points. The reason why that's so significant is it's not just because rates are coming down from 8%. We've already come down nearly to 6%, but as we approach 5.25%, owning real estate will for the first time in years actually be cheaper than renting real estate, which means all renters are gonna be thinking, it's time to buy real estate. That's what we have in store this fall. So check it out. If you missed becoming a real estate investor during 2008 and 9, when by far it was the best time to get in the game, or if you missed it during the pandemic, don't miss this opportunity that is like right before you right now. Now, before I go into these 4 major reasons, let me just get clear on this one thing out of the gate. The number 1 reason why you're not going to invest in real estate is because you don't know how, or it seems too hard, or you don't have a mentor, or you don't have any training, and it's like, Kris, do I gotta like join masterminds and read books? Like, what is it gonna take to get in this game? And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you a shortcut that is so stupid and so easy that you could literally snap your fingers and literally just start owning real estate. It's that dumb. But first, let's get into the 4 reasons why now is the best time to get into real estate. And the first one is mortgage rates. After years of interest rate hikes, the rates are finally starting to come down, and they're scheduled to continue declining through the end of the year. Now, this is something that hasn't happened since March of 2020. And now, 4 years later, the Federal Reserve is looking at doing these rate cuts. With the federal funds rate frozen at a range between 5.25 and 5.5, the highest in decades, the Fed is poised to issue the first reduction in years, likely by 25 basis points. That's fancy talk in the financial world for basically 0.25%. But Kris, real estate's rocket science. Like, no one can predict the stock market. How can you know this about real estate? Real estate is not rocket science. It's literally like supply and demand. Like, you can literally track the supply, the demand, and almost with precision predict what is actually going to happen in the market. So please pay attention. The second reason that makes now the right time to get into real estate is because of inventory levels. I want you to think of supply and demand. Real estate, empty homes, that's inventory. How many homes are on the market versus how many mortgage applications are out there? Mortgage applications are for buyers that are like, we're putting in an application so that we can get a loan and see if we qualify. Mortgage apps are down, but as rates drop, it's gonna go through the roof, and that's always the first indicator that on this side of the fence, whatever inventory is out there in real estate, everyone's gonna want it, and then because there's not enough of it, it's gonna raise the price of real estate, which means that, oh my gosh, if I get in now, I can get a lower interest rate, but if I wait too long, I'll have to pay a higher price. Now is actually the time to own real estate. And people that have been buying real estate as investors the last few years at higher rates, it's been a couple years, they can refinance and literally walk into a sweetheart deal. Nationally, the number of homes for sale is up 22% compared to last year. This is a good thing, but people have been waiting not only to buy, but also to sell. So with people finally starting to sell, more inventory is soon to become available. Realtor.com also predicts that the first week of October will have a 37% more active listings on the market than it had the year prior. However, we're still in a national housing shortage, and if they build at maximum rate, it literally could take a decade before we pull out of it, which means I do not foresee a real estate crash coming anytime soon, not in the next decade, but you can predict the price of real estate. It's gonna keep hiking, and when rates come down, hike really fast. The third reason why you wanna jump in right now is because of less competition in this moment, but monster competition on the way. Buyer demand usually falls in the fall and winter compared to spring and summer, but since mortgage rates are dropping, we're going to see an inverse. We're going to see a very busy fall, we're going to see a very busy winter, again, because we have very reduced inventory. Right now, the competition is minimal. It's definitely not going to stay that same. So if you've been waiting to get into real estate, like, don't wait for the moment where you're like, I just wanted to wait for the lowest rates to drop possible, and then I was going to get your house now before there's crazy competition. You can always refinance. Refinance means lowering the rate, so you're going to get it anyway. It just might not be today. And the fourth reason to get into real estate right now is price reductions. Since buyers have been waiting for a few years to buy real estate, there are houses that have sat on the market now for a few months. And with lower competition, people have been able to get sellers to reduce their price on real estate. And I know this because I'm in the market buying every single day. This negotiation will soon be non-existent in a matter of weeks or months. So you want to arrive early to the party. Early means now. If you missed out 2008, or if you missed out on 2020 and 2021, don't miss out right now, 2024 moving into 2025. It's an election year. Election year does not affect the real estate market. Usually the real estate market goes up 9 out of 11 of the last elections, even more. It's opposite than fear in the street with the stock market. Now's the time to get in the game. And like I promised you, if you're looking for a shortcut and you're like, Kris, I want to do it, but I need to be hands off. Like, I need it to be passive, but I want to make all the money, but I don't want to learn how to do it all. What can I do? Well, Kris, what can you do for me? Well, I have something huge I can do for you. If you click the link below, you can learn about partnering with me. I will literally show you how I take my other 2,000 partners by the hand and do 100% of all of the work for them. You could become part of my team, where my team will do all of the work for you, but you get to keep all of these major benefits of investing in real estate. So you got money sitting in equity in a home or a 401k or IRA, and you're like, maybe I should be getting in the game, not just as buy a home for myself, but actually as an investor. Click the link below, fill out the information, and let me and my team share with you what I've done on my last $2 billion worth of real estate. Let me share with you my track record. Let me share with you the 60.65% average annual ROI on the last 9 years of my last 2,130 rentals, and how you can get in on the action too. The link's below. I'll see you there. Check it out. You're thinking that maybe now's the time to buy a primary residence. Maybe it's time to buy an extra investment property. But I promise you this, when you get to retirement, and you see that you have more equity in real estate than you have in a retirement fund, you'll have wished only one thing. I wish I had 5 or 10 houses. I'd be a multi-millionaire. And I don't want you to miss out on that. In fact, you should always be buying real estate. You should always be expanding your portfolio. And if you even want it done for you, I want you to click right here, and I'm going to share with you why you should always be buying real estate in both up and down markets, and how you can successfully do it no matter whether rates are up or down or whatever mayhem is happening. Let's go.